To complete module 1, we're starting with step 9. It says use the simple query wizard to create a query with these fields from the tutor table. Again, I've stated, and you'll know this if you take your time and pay attention to detail, even though the instructions kind of tell you what to do but not how to do them, they kind of do, because it says use the simple query wizard to create a query with these fields from the tutor table. Well, what's a query? We've talked about that. Um, Anytime you search your phone contacts for your friends or anytime you Google anything, you're just putting a specific criteria in there in order to get what you want back. So here for the simple query wizard, and again, my screen looks different because I went ahead, I have this is the final answer key that has everything populated, but I went inside of mine and I made copies of them so that I could duplicate the instructions correctly for you. So I'll just keep that in mind, or I could have downloaded it from there. So it says use a simple query wizard. So we're going to create. So create is my keyword here, and then it says query wizard. So it says simple query wizard. So tells me that there. And it specifies what fields I should use. So from that tutor table, we're going to get, what does it want? Tutor ID, first name, last name, school. Tutor ID, first name, last name, and school. And notice if you if you pick something by mistake to put it there, you can just put it back. I'm going to say next. Save the query as tutor data and close it. So once we do that, title do I want for my query? Copy of is tutor data. I'll put doc there just to make a distinction. And I'm not sure if at any point the instructions tell you to run the query, but I'm going to take a closer look. So notice that you have your query space. Remember we talked about the different views you have. So here's another way to change the view. This is our datasheet view. Then we have a SQL view, and then you have your design view. So I'm going to go back to file here. Sorry, go back to home. Home, not file. And then look at it from the design view, because this is a lot of where you'll be building from. So to make sure that you understand the visual interface of this. So this would be your tutor table. Mine is copy of. And then it asks me to select those items. So tutor ID, it says show criteria, first name, last name, school. So even if I select hire date here, but I decide I don't need it, you can always delete it. So I just highlighted it and deleted it. The next item we're going to do is we're going to use the form wizard to do the same thing. It's telling you what to do. And then the next thing we're going to use is the report wizard. So the form wizard, we're going to go to create, form wizard. Yes, I'm sorry, I should have closed this before. So now we're doing the form wizard. It says create a form for the tutor table with these fields. Sure we're in. So here it has my last thing that I actually created, selected. So just make sure you're paying attention to detail. So I'm going to do oh, my tutor table. We're going to do ID, first name, last name, hire date. The next statement in this sentence says use the columnar layout. So columnar layout, I'm going to select next. And then they've asked you to name it tutor info and then close it. Or tutor list, I'm sorry, this one is tutor list. And we're going to finish. So we have our reports here. Your reports are just your form is just that visual representation. I'm sorry, I was looking at report wizard for number 11. This is your form. So your form is your representation of the records that you had. Remember, we pasted in, we had a total of 21 records. So this is kind of the view that we're used to seeing, kind of when we interact or we interface with things. So you're more familiar with that view. But remember that the form has a view too, that has its layout view, that has its kind of structure and baseline and things of that information to be able to change it too. So what you have in your design view is that structure. The layout view is normally the view that shows the layout with actual sample data in it, so you can actually make sure that you're doing the correct thing. And then the actual form view is actually the live form where it's actually active to your users. The next item is use the report wizard. So we're going to again use create report group. We're going to do the report wizard. Tutor ID, last name, year in school. Make sure I'm in the right table. Tutor ID, last name, year in school. Next item, it asks us to tutor ID, sort by tutor ID in ascending order and use a tabular layout. Do I want to add any grouping levels? Yes, I want to group by tutor ID. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It says we can sort records in the following 4 fields. So we're going to use tutor ID as ascending. It says use the tabular layout. So the next we're going to use tabular layout. And if it doesn't ask you to change the orientation or do any other changes, please don't. And then we want to save it as our tutor list. And for reports as well, you have your report view. This is your print preview. I'm going to go back to file here. So you have your, there you go. Report view. It'll also have a layout view option, actual report view option, as well as a design view option. Okay. And I'll go back in the final to determine how all of these are. We want us to close the tutor table, then compact and repair the database, and then we're going to close AC1. After those are complete, they want us to close the table and then compact and repair the database. I have more than the table open. I still have all my reports open. So here, I'm going to do yes. I'm going to make change, save my changes. The main thing here is to make sure that all of the elements in the database are closed. Then we're going to compact and repair file info, compact and repair database. So we're going to do file info. And you'll notice here, again, this is kind of the security option. I have a security information feature. It's considered a trusted document on my computer. Here you have the compact and repair database. It kind of all of the kind of junk we put in and then we take out, and sometimes it does have the spaces and sometimes it leaves the spaces there. Compact and repair is something that you should do before you close any database. So we're gonna, and it's gonna always specify to do the compact and repair, and then it's gonna always specify to close the database before you do the upload. And that's essentially important because that makes sure that you know that the information that you've recently done has been saved to the correct location, and that you're not trying to upload a locked database that'll show up. So we're gonna do a compact and repair. And it completed itself. It looked like it completed itself. Hold on. In order to show you an example of what the compact and repair does, I have just opened a different data file, a case. I'm going to open this database, and I just want to keep record of it here. So the size is 504. I'm just going to click on it, open it. Not that, not that. So here I am going to, while in here, I'm just going to do a file, info, compact and repair. Of course it would give me an error. Oh, it's already in use. It's already in use. So you can't, or is that the data file? Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. Let's stop. I'm attempting to run a size comparison to see the difference between the compact and repair on databases. So the tech tutors that I was originally working with was 572, and if it allows me to do so from here, oh, I need to have this closed as well. And then I'm going to go to, so it did the compact and repair, should have done. So now I'm going to go back and take a closer look at the actual file itself. So it went from the 572 to the 380. So again, all of the junk that was in there is in there. So that has been compacted, kind of cleaned out, and those spaces not used so we can have more memory. So that's what I was trying to show with the compact and repair. After that, make sure you close your database and you will be complete with Module 1. I'll post the actual database itself, objects you will create, tutor table, your tutor data, query, your form, and your report. If you have any additional questions, kind of go back through, slow down, or reach out to me so we can schedule a meeting. On to Module 2. Thank you for your time, patience, and understanding.